Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It's time now for game number 5 of IPL Fight Club this week between SKMC and Mill.Stephano. For those of you guys who don't know what Fight Club is, or you're tuning in for the first time because it's two awesome players, you saw the advertisement, It is SKMC versus Mill.Stephano. They're going to compete in a best of 9 for $500. Now, the winner is going to stay on to take on next week's opponent, which is tentatively right now TSL Polt.
Yeah, we don't know for sure yet, but it's a pretty good chance.
Of course, that I'm imagining, like, nothing against MC, one of my favorite players, but who really wants to see a best of 9 between Stephano and Polt? I'm just putting that out there.
All right, I'm officially rooting for Stephano. I'm sorry, MC. I'm sorry, but the Stephano-Polt rivalry is like one of the most beautiful things in esports. So it'll be cool either way. I mean, MC versus Polt certainly has a lot of history to it too, actually.
Yes.
But Stephano versus Polt is like the current MC or Polt rivalry, I guess you could say.
That's true.
So,
yeah. So then our winner stays on to face next week's opponent. They also have a $100 bounty attached to their head, which accumulates $100 each week until someone actually finally beats them. Yep. And, so far in Fight Club, we've had some pretty darn good players, as in, like, the best players in the world, and no one's won more than 3 weeks. So it's still a very competitive field out there in StarCraft 2.
It's a competitive scene. Yeah, it's hard to really, like, dominate right now in StarCraft 2. I mean, everyone's like, oh, Flash is playing StarCraft 2 and all that. But I don't think it's going to change a whole lot early on. I mean, we'll see what happens, but I think StarCraft 2 is going to maintain a very, like you said, competitive field for quite a while.
All right, guys, well, let's go ahead and jump into it now. We're all tied up through 4 games. It comes down to basically what is a best of 5 from here on out. Let's jump into game number 5 on Daybreak.
All right, guys, here we go. The map is Daybreak. Game number 5 between our Protoss and Zerg players. And here at the top of the map in the red from the team SK, it is MC. And down at the bottom of the map in the pink, it is Stephano. He is so good from the team Millennium. And I just want to say, too, that, I'm a fan of Flash.
Yeah.
I like him.
Yeah,
I'm actually a big T1 fan. You can attest to this. I actually have a T1 scarf hanging across my desk that I got at the Pro League finals last year. So
he does. He's not lying.
It is. But that said, I'm not one of those people that think the elephant has any substance, man.
See, here's my opinion on the matter, as MC says, why your road's so strong. But here's my opinion on the matter.
They were programmed that way. Anyway.
I think that the current crop of Brood War pros, I'm not talking about the people who used to be Brood War legends, and they were kind of towards the end of their career, and then they switch over to SC2. Right. Nothing against the Nadas boxers of the world. But the people that are there, the Flashes, the J-Dongs, the Bisus of the world right now, you always have so much army. I think that they legitimately do have an opportunity to dominate StarCraft 2, but it's going to take time. They're going to have to train like every other pro, and there's going to be a build-up time until they're as competitive as everyone else is. Now, once they get to that point, maybe they'll bring out their inner Brood War pro once again, and they'll speed ahead of everyone else, but it's going to take time to get there. It's not going to be overnight.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's gonna be interesting. I actually, when I was in Korea last year, I actually had a chance to see some. Oh wow,
that's MC. It's himself
from
that's
the horse's mouth.
There you go.
There you go. That is it. He's like, it won me 3 GSLs. But yeah, when I was in Korea last year, I had the opportunity to see some Brood War pros trying out StarCraft 2 a long time before they really got to practice and things like that. And they were, of course, very mechanically good, but the things that they always lacked were knowledge of their opponents and knowledge of the current metagame. It's going to take time, no matter how good you are at StarCraft 1. It's going to take time to learn about those things in StarCraft 2. So I was talking to someone yesterday, and I really feel like it's going to be at least 6 months before we have, like, a Flash win a GSL or something like that,
I just want to say what MC said right there. That's really cool. No, he says it's so fun to play StarCraft 2 with a truly good player,
that's true.
That's pretty cool. Good
respect, man.
MC, showing good respect for his opponent, and despite the fact he may be very animated at times, showing that he does have pretty good sportsmanship. So.
Oh yeah, MC is certainly like one of the nicest people out there. He likes to. He likes to talk a big game, right? But he does it all in fun. He's not malicious about it or anything.
And MC, okay, yeah,
he's a great casting partner too.
Yeah, I know. You guys did a great job with the SC series. But it looks like MC forgot his second gas there for a little while, remembers it afterwards, but nothing too bad. Stephano was able to pull off the second hatchery once again, putting it down at 22 supply.
Yep, pretty fast again. Daybreak is certainly another map that you can generally do that at. And so I'm curious to see, you know, what MC has got to stop it. I mean, it's kind of a role reversal situation right now in ZVP, where remember last year, or even earlier this year in like January, but mostly last year, where Zerg players were like, what can I do to stop Protoss? What can I do to stop the early Protoss attacks? And now it's completely flipped.
Yes.
Now it's Protoss saying, what can I do to stop Zerg, you know? So that's why I love StarCraft 2, is to see the game kind of evolve and change over time like that.
Yeah, and we haven't had a patch in a while that affected this matchup as much. I mean, obviously there was the Ghost nerf a little while ago for Terrans, but...
Exactly. It's just players learning the game better. It's changing outside of patch changes, which is how it should be.
I don't know if you read David Kim's notes the other day, though, but yeah, he was mentioning, he was like, you know, we're pretty happy with where StarCraft 2 is at right now. We see a couple of small things that could stand to be changed, but other than that, we're not looking at any large-scale improvements. So,
well, that's good. A lot of things that people kind of cry and balance about are really just things that need to be, you know, kind of hashed out a little bit more by the players.
All right.
Now, things like Blue Flame Hellions doing 10 extra damage to light. That's something that does require a little bit of intervention.
Totally good. Totally good. Yeah. I'm good with it.
Other things are okay. But,
yeah. So 7 more drones coming out now for Stephano. He's going to continue to build up to a pretty high level. In fact, there we go, starting to add on his third gas actually already. So going to be very quick about it, bank quite a bit. We'll see if he goes after Zergling Speed or prioritizes, of course, his layer tech this go around. Yeah,
third gas is an interesting choice by Stephano. It almost makes me wonder if he's thinking about maybe doing mutas this game.
Yeah,
just kind of throwing out some roaches for defense, but trying something a little bit different to maybe throw MC off his game a little bit. We'll have to see. He's getting that Zergling speed pretty quick before lair, actually, this time.
And MC is showing a 4-gate attack right now, or that's what it looks like, because he's doing the Stalker the same time he did last one, but he's not going to.
Yeah.
Oh, well, he might now, because there's a probe coming up. But as we can already see, he's already going after the Twilight Council. So.
Yeah, if he does decide to put pressure on, it's going to be very, very mild. Just kind of test Stephano and see, you know, where he's at as far as what he's making. And, yeah, Stephano, though, making some roaches, getting his Evo chamber quite a bit later here, actually. So, obviously not going for that big roach max thing this time around anyway. So, no, it's going to be cool. We're going to get to see something different out of him.
And there is Blink and +2 coming up for MC. So, maybe a bit of a all-in here. Blink all-in on 7 gates.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's 1, 2, 3 more.
Yes.
7-gate +2 Blink all-in. Makes for a very short game, but a very exciting one.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. And this is a game where Stephano was probably planning on making less offensive units early on for a big fight, but now he's starting that plus missile attack. I think he's getting a little bit suspicious here. The other thing, too, is that he does have an Overlord in position to see those gases, and he's noticed that there hasn't been a third gas taken at the... there we go. So, yeah, he can see. So he knows that he's going to need to play a little bit more defensive here.
All right, well, we'll see what MC wants to do. Sitting around the Zelnaga Tower for the time being. Probe is going to get shut down. There is a forward pylon down, but Stephano knows right where to look for it.
Oh, no, he's actually, yeah, I think if that had been a little bit closer to starting, he might have been able to focus it down. But, yeah, just finishing, he had to leave that there.
Not MC not running out with these 4 Stalkers, though. They're finally going to join up the rest of his army.
Yep. Just had to... you know, work up the courage. They're like, all right, we saw what happened to our Stalker brothers in that last game. It's like, this isn't going to happen to us. We're going to be successful, man.
Well, ground weapons just about 45 seconds away from finishing. Is being chrono boosted out, though, so going to be a little bit quicker than that. Yeah. Stephano, though, already at 110 supply before the 10-minute mark, continuing to build that up for the time being. He's going to try and hug these units very closely.
Wow.
Oh, look at this. The Roach is actually going after the Zealots. The Zerglings going after the Stalkers.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you want as a Zerg player.
Yeah, great engagement, but this is a very, very difficult all-in to stop. Stephano's going to really need to play his most perfect here to do this.
Yes, he is. So MC with a lot of Stalkers up there. Cooldown pretty much refreshed for all of those units as well. And MC, of course, with legendary unit control, going to continue to blink those back one by one. Yep. MC, does he have enough to continue pressing, though? The Roach number starting to get pretty big. 7 more coming out at the moment. Roach is trying to hug him pretty close. MC blinking back and continuing to warp in a couple of units as well.
Yep, I think MC may be able to take this one. We'll see. His unit control is just so good. Yeah, Stephano abandoning his third. That's never something you want to do as a Zerg player.
Yep.
Like, oh, there we go.
Yeah, you never want to run away from the hatchery that you're killing as a Protoss player either, I'll tell you that.
The Queen actually lived.
Yeah, no kidding. She's shaking in her boots, though.
Yeah, she's like, I'll just spread some creep. Don't worry about it.
I got it taken care of, guys. Don't worry.
Yeah, MC putting down that Robo now. So kind of fleshing things out a little bit here, but he can decide to push into the natural if he wants to. He might add on a few Immortals here with the 3rd and 4th gas that he's taking.
All right, well, let's see as MC recovering the shields on all of those Stalkers. They got quite a few kills apiece, so except for the brand new ones, of course, that just got morphed in. So,
yeah,
but MC got a lot of units out. Yeah, Stephano built up to 140 supply, retaking his 3rd at the moment, but unfortunately, it's still about 75 seconds away from completing.
+3 attack already for MC. He's going to have a very strong gateway army, and this, well, yeah, that's I was going to say Stephano being a little bit risky here with those roaches.
Loses all of his Zerglings and a couple of roaches there. Trying to come around from the back.
Oh, nice
and
flank.
Actually having those Zealots trapped in the back is going to work out for MC because he's able to dispatch of the line of Zerglings. Now, is he going to get flanked, though, dropping on the other side of the roaches? He's got to wait for the cooldown to finish up for those Stalkers once again before he's able to reutilize his Blink. And Stephano starting to push this force back slowly but surely.
There we go. And at the very least, Stephano's going to be safe for a little while against this. You saw him break off a couple roaches to go after that pylon.
Yeah.
And he's probably just going to chase MC back to his base and then just kind of chill out. Maybe check the 3rd to see if MC took an expansion or something like that. But all in all, you know, I mean, Stephano lost his 3rd, but he's not out of it just yet. In fact, he's got a great supply lead.
Yes.
He's here still playing very well. And MC hasn't taken the 3rd either. Stephano might be a little bit surprised to see this when he moves in.
Well, we'll see if MC is going to do that now. He is about halfway finished with that +3 weapons upgrade, and unfortunately, the Stalker not going to be able to blink away in time. Takes control of the Zelnaga Tower for about half a second, then Stephano wrests control back.
The glorious half of a second that was. He'll be remembered for that.
That's true. I'll make a little memorial to him.
Time that one Stalker took that Zelnaga Tower for half a second. Oh, yeah. Memorable.
Well,
Top 5 plays.
Robotics Bay and a Warp Prism coming out now for MC. So he wants to continue putting on pressure, but his opponent Stephano sitting on 180 supply.
80 supplied.
Yeah.
80 supplied.
40 of it is sitting back at home, though. It hasn't popped out. That is represented in these units. But, you know, he's going to be able to reinforce with those very quickly.
Yeah. There they go. Across the map. They're so fast.
They are indeed. And we'll see now. MC doesn't feel confident enough to take another base still quite yet. Starting to already move a bit back. +3 upgrades just about to finish this Warp Prism. Going to move directly on top of those roaches.
Yep. He's like, hey, guys, what's up? Just trying to pull you away from my base here.
Yep. Clearly not doing anything. Clearly not doing anything. Don't mind me. All right.
Well, you wanted him to follow the Warp Prism, but it's not going to work out. Stephano going for it.
Yeah.
Big flank here.
This is going to require impeccable control from MC to even be able to hold this. And I just think there may just be too much stuff here for Stephano. He's even starting to break down that wall as well. And MC is really on the back foot, back by 80 supply now.
Oh, man, the Warp Prism in the main, but it may be too little too late, is dropping off some Zealots. They do have +3 attack. They're going to tear through drones so quickly, but MC down to just 1 Nexus, and that is the most unlucky Colossus in the history of Colossi.
Hey, guys. Oh, dead.
I'm here to kill.
And everything has been cleaned up back at home as well. So looks like
GG.
MC